Hi, this is Jeff Lesher with What's the Point? And the point this week is living life with purpose and grace, following the examples, hopefully, of some really significant people in your lives, whether they are still with us or whether they've passed on. And if we think about 2020, the year just ending, and 2021, the year just ahead, we've seen in the year just ending some of the world's great capacity for humanity and some of the world's great ability to be inhumane. And we have a choice as individuals to live our lives with purpose, to either lean into the evil or to lean into and actually expand the better. My hope is that many, many, many more of us are going to be part of the good, that we can essentially overseed the lawn of life in order to grow way more grass than weeds, the weeds being the bad stuff and the grass being the good stuff. And I got to thinking about this a little bit because of the calendar, but a lot because over the weekend, I lost somebody who was a significant influence in my life and is somebody who amazingly affected literally tens and probably hundreds of thousands of people, and likely is someone you never heard of. His name was Laszlo Berkowits. He was Hungarian by birth. He lost his entire family during the Second World War because he was a Jew. And when the Nazis occupied his native Hungary and took him prisoner, and he ended up in a concentration camp, most of the rest of his family altogether, and his immediate family specifically, did not survive. He did, and made his way eventually to the United States, where he joined the military and then ultimately became a rabbi. And as a young boy and then a young person growing up, he was, to me, the embodiment of what it meant to be a religious leader, somebody against whom all other religious leaders are compared, and quite frankly, not very favorably, because his countenance, his intellect, his mellifluous voice, his character, his willingness and ability to do small things to make huge impressions, all were things that, even when I wasn't able to determine exactly what he was doing that was so impressive to me, was impressive to me. The little things, just a quick example of how he lived his life, because he had presided over the various life events in my family and personally for me, as I made my way through Sunday school and the various rituals within the faith that I was raised, he then made sure that he was part of those same events that my children went through. He didn't have to be, but he came to my house to preside over our son's bris, our daughter's baby naming. He came to their bar and bat mitzvah, respectively. He was just a presence in a very intentional, genuine, generous way. And as I say, he passed away over the weekend. He was 92. He lived a meaningful life, to say the very, very least. And he has inspired me and will continue to inspire me to try to be a better person and make a more positive impact in the world around me, and therefore in the world. And my encouragement is that you find an influence, or draw even more heavily on an influence, to get to a similar place, and to think of this expression which we use in Judaism when someone passes away, which is, may his or her memory be a blessing. And I would say about Laszlo Berkowits that his presence in so many lives absolutely was a blessing, and so his memory can only be a blessing. And I commit to making sure that it will be. I hope that you'll do a similar honor to a similarly deserving person and that you live your life with the purpose that ultimately is the point.